Uh,
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much, Tara, for joining this Day 2 Global Virtual Summit 2024. So, this is Melinda Roy. I'm the host for this Day 2 event. So, yes,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen, we are running late by 30 minutes. So, hope everyone can understand and please support us for the rest of this event. And yes, Tara is now on the stage. So before you start your presentation, I would like to give you some introduction about you to the audience. So welcome on stage Tara Swanson Henderson is a speaker, writer, educator, and public health professional dedicated to inspiring others to embrace their authentic selves. As a survivor in various aspects of life, she encourages people to live out their intended purpose. Tara views herself as a late bloomer and idealist, believing everyone has an inner superhero waiting to emerge. She holds BSED, MED, and PhD degrees from the University of Missouri, Columbia, and has spent the last decade successfully writing grants for US-based organizations, achieving an 85% college admission rate for her prep students by Ivy League and UP schools. By teaching at Missouri Valley College, she motivated students to start a domestic or sexual abuse organization. Tara's programs fast track to success for teens, stand, plant and grow for women, and body mind ignite for individuals and businesses are designed to help clients reach their fullest potential. Wow, that's really fantastic introduction. So, yes, Tara, I can see that you're talking, but we cannot see your face clearly. It's very dim.
You can't see my face? Oh no, is that better? Do I need to step away or step closer?
Not really.
Closer?
Um,
That's weird. Maybe it's the lighting. Is it the
yeah, it's
lighting?
like yes, you can turn up.
That's better? Is
Yes,
it better?
yes,
Oh, good, good.
yes. Good luck.
Okay, I just need to turn my podium. And you can hear me, it sounds like.
Yes, we can hear you, and the stage is all yours.
Okay. All right, hi, thank you so much for joining me. It is my pleasure to be here. And a couple of things before we start. I just want to let you know that I have shared the slides under resources. It should be a link, I believe. So if you click it on, you can follow along with me, or you can wait until later and view it at home. And also, if you could save your questions, and I would love to have as many answers as I can before we finish here. If I'm not able to get to your question, please feel free to contact me after, and I would love to meet you and talk more. So let's dig in. We're going to talk today. My topic is bring it to a whole new level. Mentoring younger generations to find their true path. So who is the Alpha Princess? Okay, it sounds a little wacky, but this is what I'm here to share. I've got all kinds of quirks, we all do, but this is how I have come around in life to figure out my true path, which was always there, but I wasn't always willing or able to get onto it. So the Alpha Princess is confident and has high standards. She chooses the law higher than the land whenever there's a choice. She's passionate yet grounded. She knows that anything is possible, though. Lived through it, seen it, watched it, and always have hope and faith and know that anything is possible. She's been forged by the fire and is always striving to soar higher, to higher levels. She knows she's obligated and has to seize the opportunity to help lift, and assist a younger generation to the point that they're able to see the light clearly without veils over their eyes and through their own eyes. And I repeat that, through their own eyes. Not my eyes, not your eyes. So the Alpha Princess is the name that I coined for myself as I was being forged by the fire and blooming into the person I was always meant to be. And I would like to say, and I'll probably say it again, I'm a self-proclaimed late bloomer. So at 52, I'm finally seeing my path, recognizing my path, appreciating my path, and glad that I'm on it. So that's who I coined to be myself now. That was my goal person. And I'm still stepping into my exponential potential, hopefully. And I think we all have that. So here's some facts, and they were already shared with you. I'm a speaker, writer, educator, and public health professional. I have a passion for lifelong learning. I mean, I didn't want to get out of school. I'm a survivor in multiple areas. I'll give you a little insight into that. I have a desire, a real desire, to activate the no fear attitude in others to confidently step into their own self, who they're meant to be, so they can live out their intended purpose. We all have a purpose. I'm a self-proclaimed late bloomer, an idealist, almost to a fault. You know, I've had these ideals of how the perfect life is supposed to be, which actually threw me into the fire. Many fires of learning I didn't cope well, going through divorce, really failing myself and my kids, falling into that drinking for coping, falling into a lot of bad habits. I also ended up homeless, living out of a Porsche. Who does that? But going down the coast of California, being stalked, being kidnapped, ending up in Kansas City. Maybe it was one of these, maybe it was all of these. I believe it was all of these events while I was being forged in the fire that has brought me to a realization that I want to still be an idealist, but I need to be a realist. I also believe we all have a superhero waiting to shine. So back to the school. I have my BSED, I have my MED, and my MPH, which have all come back around to serve me well and make me realize that I did have a true path. I have a business that's health. I've taught for years, so everything was able to come around for me. I've written grants for organizations in the U.S. Most of them have been for public health. I started a college prep business in the Bay Area, and 85% of my students were admitted to Ivy League and UC schools. I want to talk to you more. One more thing. Sorry about this. My slides are getting a little wonky. I inspired, so I've done speaking events, but they were mostly revolved around domestic abuse and trauma. I did them on college campuses and substance abuse centers and homeless shelters. I also helped while I was teaching at Missouri Valley College. I did a speaking event, and my students decided to start a domestic sexual abuse organization. And it was really exciting to see that happen. I'm the owner of Body Mind Ignite Fitness and Nutrition Consulting for individuals and businesses. My biggest fear, I want to talk about this. I don't know what your biggest fear is. My biggest fear, I think, at this point in my life is that we won't find our true path, our point of least resistance, where we are within the box analogy. I am hardly ever in the box, but I'm just talking about the analogy. My fear is not being forged by the fire, where the obstacles and challenges take place. I fear the missed opportunity to be forged in that fire and for others to be. In fact, it's also the forging process that is the biggest blessing. This is where we discover our true path, according to Shakespeare, and I have kind of shortened that, but be true to thyself. We live in a world where nothing is new. Let's think about that. Let's look at how we all think the world is at our fingertips. All of this internet, access, and we can access anything. But the truth remains that people jump on other people's trains. So I have this saying, and I will always say this, I think. Don't jump. Don't let them put you on their train. You have a train. You build that train, stay on it. That's your path, that's your ride. So as these younger generations are growing up and coming about, they uh, they think the world's at their fingertips. They think they're so advanced, but really, they're jumping on each other's trains. And there's nothing new. I mean, there is new stuff, but a lot of what I'm seeing is old stuff just recycling, and new bad stuff maybe recycling. The three pillars. Let's talk about the three pillars of stellar mentorship. I want to be a mentor. I want you to be a mentor. We've all gone through stuff. We've been forged by the fire. I know everyone sitting in this audience probably has, or you probably wouldn't be here. So the three pillars of stellar mentorship: a strong foundation based on healthy body, mind, and emotion. So we energize those things. How do we do that? Nutrition. What do you put into your body? What do you do to your body? So what we're eating, um, what we're first thing in the morning, I try to get a workout in. Um, so that's building a strong foundation. There's other things, but you have to know that we have to have a healthy body, mind, and your emotions. Heart head hacking is what I've decided to call it. I hope it makes sense after I talk about it a little more here in a few minutes. But that's keeping healthy boundaries, and don't overanalyze and second guess yourself. I'll talk more about that. That's the second pillar. The third pillar is finding your superhero goals. And I have an activity I'll show you real quickly, and I hope that you'll try it at home. So the healthy mind, sorry about that. So healthy body, mind, and emotions. I think the easiest way to start this is with the body, because it's something you can do. It's something tangible, and you get a good workout in. And so I've started a business called Body Mind Ignite, and it's something that I've put together all of my passions and all of my strengths. I decided, okay, this is the time in my life. I'm going to start this business. So it's Body Mind Ignite. I've got several different ways. So I consult with people. I draw up fitness plans for them, health plans, nutrition plans. They can access my workout. I also have this unusual workout where I actually have intermingle the body and the brain at the same time in the 1 hour workout. But that's part of my path. It might be a little unusual, but that's my forte. Contact me if you want more details on that after this speech. I would be happy to share with you anything else you want to know about that. All right. Also, the heart head hack. What I mean by that is finding the right balance. We don't all have the same balance, but what I'd also like you to do at home is think of an instance, one of those times in your life when you were being forged by the fire, and think about the decisions you made, the decisions you could have made. Find that balance between when your heart felt like it was in Zen and your head felt like it was in Zen at the same time. Okay, that's the balance I'm talking about. That's the right balance for you. So one of my things that I've always done all of my life, and then when I was going through some real trials and not being myself, I let go of this. But for me, when I work out, my brain gets pushed into overdrive, not overdrive in a bad way, but into this mode where we don't realize what our minds can do. But I end up writing poetry as I'm working out. And so here's one of my newest poems that I've written. And I think it fits nicely into this mentorship and finding ourselves our best true path. Blazing and crazing, raging white waves, raced by disaster, the wise sandmaster hangs 10 in her zen. Slams challenge with purpose, rises to the surface, stands strong at the end, again to transcend. To me, that's my zen. And a lot of times to other people, it looks like there might be some chaos going on. But for me, when that happens, and I write my poetry and I work out and I find my zen, that's when I'm in balance. That's when I'm in check. I'm not letting other people put me on their train. And I'm also growing my own glow. That's another slogan I've kind of created, I guess. Grow your own glow. Don't go with the status quo. So sometimes, that status quo changes. It's different sometimes, but just because your glow is not the same as the status quo doesn't mean you're wrong. In fact, you are going out into new landscapes, and that's incredible. I think that's incredible. Don't ever let yourself lose that. Don't let your self-confidence sink because other people say you're not doing it the right way or their way. And as mentors, we want to make sure we're not being, telling these younger generations or whoever is looking at us as a mentor that they're not doing it the right way. It's not the cookie cutter way, or it's not their way. That's not what it's about. You're not helping them to be their best self that they were created to be and serve their purpose. So I just want to keep that in mind. And my slides again are being kind of crazy. Sorry about this. Let's talk okay, so the third pillar I haven't even gotten to yet. The third pillar is what I call superhero you. And I don't have time to do this with you today. I did set it up over here, and let's try, bear with me for a second here because I'm having to kind of move some stuff around with cords and all. Let's see if, I don't know if you can see it very well, but when you go home, get out a piece of paper. I actually love to do this with transparencies, but I don't have those for you to use today. In fact, I thought it might be kind of difficult with my resources here where I'm at to do it that way. So I just did it on a big sheet of white paper here. I'm gonna try to see if I can get you closer. So let's try this. So this is for you, and I want you to do it, but you can also show your person that you're mentoring if you are, or if you're going to. You can show them how to do this exercise because you don't have to wait until you're 50 or 52 to do this. This can be an along the way thing. So what I would love it if you try this at home, please. I have my first date as the year I was born. I do a timeline on the bottom. So this is messy and I apologize, but that's how it kind of plays out sometimes. 72, 82. So I went up by 10, got the 22, we're in 24. And then I give a little space for the future. And that's where you're continuing to look for your exponential potential. What the first step of this is I'm going to show you. So when I was up until I was about 3 years old, I made myself, now in my 50s, have decided I was called freedom. Because as a kid, when you're really young, you don't really understand that there's all these protocols and that you're supposed to be a certain way and you're creative and the world's out there and you're amazed. So at about 3 years old, I had an experience at church. Nothing intended, nothing bad. It's just how it hit me. There was a children's sermon and everyone had to go around and answer a question. I just remember, or I felt like the church went silent with my answer and nobody said anything. And all of a sudden at that point in my life, this is my first experience that I plot up on my timeline. I felt that I turned to Princess Timid. I was scared to answer anymore. I thought I must be wrong. The way my brain works, something's going on. I didn't know what I thought I was or what was wrong, but I was scared to answer. And that went all the way pretty much through grade school. Didn't want to raise my hand. I always got great test scores. But what I do, so plot your worst experiences or what you thought were the scariest or worst experiences. I go up to, on the side, on the vertical, I go 0 up to 10. This means this is the bad. And then I go up again, 1 through 10. These are the good. So I have not plotted all of mine. I'm just giving you an example. So then next to each experience, I write down names or qualities about myself at that time, what I was like, what I was doing, how I was feeling. And you'll see that I went from freedom to Princess Timid. Here, I loved my college days. That's why I didn't want to get out of school. I didn't have great coping skills. I never have until now. But it didn't really affect me because I was having fun and I really hadn't met that many challenges up until then. So this is in the positive area, my college experiences. Here's an example down here again, about 2012. I couldn't cope. I had a very controlling husband. I realized then I didn't have any coping mechanisms that were really healthy. I started drinking, um, going through a divorce, custody battle for 8 years. My health went down. My self confidence was way down. So here's some of the things I listed here. Another big event. I think I already mentioned living out of my car, but it was a Porsche who does that. In San Francisco and going up and down the coast. But you know what I found there? At that time, I had a stalker, I had a kidnapper, all kinds of crazy stuff happened. But I found my alpha. So even if this is a low point in my life, what I found there was my alpha. That, you know what, girl, you better stand up. You better get strong. You better have self confidence and go for it. Do what you got to do to survive. But this was a survival point, but I developed my alpha. I've got some other things up here, but this gives you an idea. So once you plot your events, your low points, your high points, cross out everything you want to leave behind. These are things I don't want anymore. I never want to drink again. I don't want to have bad coping skills. I do want to have self-confidence. I do, these are, so circle the things you want to keep in your life and get better at. Cross out the bad results. So the funny thing is, it was out of my low experiences, being forged by the fire, that I pulled the two names that I definitely want to keep and coin myself the Alpha Princess. I want to keep that princess. I kind of like that about me. But that princess has to also be an alpha. I could have named these things several, same connotation, but that's what I chose. So that's hence the Alpha Princess. So try that. And you can do that with the people that you're mentoring. Sorry, the people that you're mentoring as they're on their journey, even a beginning journey, but teach them how to do some of those things. But do it for yourself first and then share that activity with them. So those are the three different pillars that I was talking about. And just to go back, what you want to do and what you don't want to do as a mentor. Don't be that old style mentor that says, this is how I did it. Look how successful I am. Follow these steps. Don't deviate. Only do this. Only read the script. But what you do want to do is you want to be the navigation mentor. Let's navigate this younger generation, these younger generations. Let's help them find their successful, positive path. Teach them to dig into their head and their heart and find their zen, find their balance. What is the right balance for them? Start with getting your body healthy. Teach them those skills, those basics. Fuel your head, your body, your heart, your soul. Fuel those with good things, that energy. Energy, everything in the world's made of energy. You definitely want to teach them that basic and then to find their zen. And then as they're going along, do an activity like this. But my activity may not be your activity, but I do like this superhero goal activity. So try that out. All right. I also shared a link with you. So in the last couple of minutes, I have to share with you before we do some questions and answers, if there are any. I want to share with you, have you heard the Apple commercial? I don't know if it was ever officially put out as a commercial, but it's on YouTube. And I think as mentors, I hope I'm back. Okay, sorry about that. I think as mentors, it's a good thing to remember. Our goal should be helping these mentees, these people, these younger generations find their true path. Because you know what? Your true path isn't my true path. On that paved path, I might get shin splints. Okay? So mine might be a dirt path. I don't know. So we want to help these mentees find their own path. And we hope that in doing that, we allow some more Einsteins, some more, the people that didn't fit the mold, because they're the ones that changed the world. I'm going to try to share this with you, and you might have to just listen to it. I apologize, but I did share the link. If you can't get onto it, um, then you can listen to it at home if you haven't heard it. A lot of you might have already heard it, but it's a great commercial. And when this is over, I will open the floor to questions and answers. And I appreciate you guys listening to me and sticking with me. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Hi, Tara.
Yes.
Wow, that's really fantastic speech,
Hello.
Tara. The way you expressed about the speech
What
was
just happened?
really
I can't hear
mesmerizing.
you. Oh,
Uh,
I'm not able to hear you. I'm sorry. I don't know what just happened. I probably me and my speaker.
yeah, can you hear
Hold
me
on.
now?
Yes.
That's really fantastic speech. You really captivated with your presentation today. So, yeah, we do have questions from the audience, and you really got a very good comments and lot of hearts from the audience. So, yes, I have chosen the best question for you. So, you spoke about writing poetry while working out, right? So, can you
Yes.
elaborate on how that creative outlet has helped you find balance and process difficult experiences in your life?
And I'm sorry, the second part of that question, could you repeat kind of that second part?
Yes. Can you elaborate on how that creative outlet has helped you find balance and process difficult experiences in your life?
Yeah. And honestly, I don't know if I have an answer that will completely satisfy that question. There's just an inner peace, I guess. It kind of goes, with that balance I was talking about, finding your zen between your heart and your head. And for some reason, my thing is when I work out, I think it gets that energy going. I'm fueling my brain and my heart. And for me, creating poetry is a good place where my head, my intellectual, and my heart space that's peaceful, they cross. I love intellect. I love that just really drives me. And then I notice that when I get that, it feeds my heart and gives me that balance and that peace. And so when I work out, it gets my energy going, which seems to transfer to my brain and then satisfy all of my needs, which is the intellect, the heart, the peace. A lot of times, peace out of chaos. I mentioned that earlier. For some reason, chaos gets my energy going, feeds into my intellectual, then into my heart, and gives me peace when I'm able to sort it out. And that's the other thing poetry does. When I'm thinking about things and rehashing things and trying to figure them out, it comes out through that creative outlet after it's been fueled by my energy. And that's just how it works for me. Try it, but it may not work the same for everybody.
Yes, definitely, we will try. So, thank you so much for answering the question in a very understandable way. Hope everyone got the answer for this question. So, yes, please do join other speaker sessions as well and post your questions and encourage other speakers. So thank you so much for joining this day to Global Virtual Summit 2024 and have a nice
Thank
day.
you so much.
Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, I can see in your face that you're so happy with your presentation today.
I am so excited about today. So
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
yeah, I can see that.
And I hope I know where to, what's that?
I can see that.
I appreciate the opportunity and I hope that I know where to log out here.
Thank you and bye bye.
Thank you so much.